How's everybody? My name is Adam Rodgers. It's funny, I used to do stand-up comedy, but it was really never at 9:30 in the morning, so I'm not going to try. What I am going to do today is talk to you a little bit about how we're evolving data science to really go beyond what I think we normally think of data science as measurement and a way to really sort of gut check what we're doing, but in ways for traditional businesses to sort of change the way they go to market, the way they do business, and really connect to their brand promise, how we can use data science to connect to the brand promise. So starting from the highest level, right, unless you're like an Uber or Facebook, Amazon, sort of more traditional businesses, the question is sort of like, what good is the data really, right? We start with measurement, right? And I think that's what a lot of us in this room do. Measurement is great. It's a great way for us to see how well we've gone to market, to change some of our tactics, to change the way we, think about how we run businesses. But is there a way where we can actually take data science and change operations to really fit a brand promise, to really fit what a company is all about, and not just be sort of that last piece of the puzzle? So what I want to show you is a case study. It's from an insurance company, and we went in there to do what we thought was basically a basic churn model. We were asked to essentially do some scoring on their customers to say, which of my clients, it's a B2B insurance company, which of my clients are most likely to leave, where should I put a little bit more focus? And so that's what they brought us in to do. But when we went in to do our discovery, like any good consultancy, we do discovery, we ask the questions, what's important to you, where's the data, whatever. When we did that, we talked to the CEO, and he said, well, yeah, I need a churn score, but what I really want to do with this business is turn ourselves from an insurance business where basically we're managing risk to a business where we are client-centric. We're a client service company. We think we have a better future as a client service company. So we took those two disparate ideas, right, and we said, okay, they need a churn score, but they also want to be a client-centric company. And so here's where the sort of data science starts to come in. We start to see maybe we can use data science in a different way. We looked at essentially all of the touch points within the customer journey, right? These are three different silos. You have your CRM, you're connecting around, sales, leads, things like that. There's lead scoring that they do. We looked at all the deliberation activities, the loan application, maybe the, request for information, and then all the way to the claims. And we realized that every journey that each of these clients take is very different. And not only is it very different, there's a sequential element to it that makes a big difference in terms of how they experience the brand, how they experience the company. And so we took that and we said, okay, we need to build a model around this, right? But is there a way that we can bridge this understanding of a very different journey with their goals of changing into a client-focused company? And that's where I think, we did what we like to do most, which is try to be innovative. And first we said, okay, we can build a static model and we can say, I know this much about the clients. I know these events that they have, that they're seeing or that they're engaging in. I maybe know about their firm, where they're operating, and we can build a static model that just deploys a churn score. But we also really figured out, as you saw on that journey, that the order of everything makes such a huge difference. And so we really needed to build something that, was somewhat unique and innovative, and sort of think about the sequence. And that's when we sort of built a hybrid model. It's on one side we had sort of a standard neural network machine learning approach to do a churn score, but then we did a recurrent neural network model where we really incorporated time and the sequence of all of the events that each client was going through to try to sort of change the dynamic. And what that does is it gives us, for every single client that this company has, for every single client, we can really score them in real time, right? And this is a custom thing. This is not a product. I'm not selling this to you guys, but this is just sort of the approach. for this client, we could go and say, at any given time, you know, based on who they are, based on the events that they've gone through, based on the contact that they've had, their dissatisfaction with the firm will change. So if you look at this chart, this is just one score for one client. And as you see, maybe there are periods in time here where nothing's happening and their dissatisfaction is going to rise naturally. There are periods where the dissatisfaction is going to drop. Maybe that's because, you know, they submitted a claim, they had a good interaction. You know, we have all of these events scored. And then at some point over time, you get into this point where dissatisfaction is high, and so you need to really deal with the issue. So that's where, again, we start to see the actual bridge to changing the brand promise. Because once you can score all of those customers that way, you really can start to change operationally, and you can really start to institutionalize this. And so what these guys have done is they basically said, okay, now that we have a real-time score for every single client, we can actually break the silos within our business, change the way we do work, and actually change our resources, change what our team looks like to fit our clients. And so they started moving around resources, they started identifying and being able to score, you know, every week, who are the most risky clients, what's their size, how can I move my teams around in a way that really makes it client-focused. And so instead of just a score, what really we were able to do is sort of say, okay, their promise, the brand promise they really want is to be able to be client-centric. And if they know at any given time, at any point in time, based on this modeling technique, how risky the client is, they can go from data to understanding, you know, through the sort of creative approach, through an adoptive framework of being able to actually incorporate data science into their daily routine, and go all the way to that brand promise. And so we're using data science here to sort of change exactly what they want to do, and you know, go a little bit more than measurement. Thank you.